Hello, all you talking shitheads. It's Eddie Ift, and I'm here to talk to you about the thing that keeps talking shit on the internet. It's very easy to record a show and just put it up there, but it's not easy to keep all these people under control and pay for bandwidth and pay Ernie and whatever the fuck we do. Pay for hookers. We buy hookers. We actually buy hookers for this show. Your money pays for hookers. So please donate. Go to our website. We're going to be changing to a new website soon. So go to our website. The donations will still exist. If you haven't donated, just give us a little bit of money. Help out. Keep the show going. You're a big supporter of the show. You like it. That's how you show it. When you donate money, there's different packages you buy. It's like $25.50, $250, $500, $1,000. We do have a couple people that claim they want to come to the show for $1,000. $1,000 you get to sit in. Maybe it's a crazy episode. You never know what the fuck's going to happen. 500, Jason writes a song about you. That hasn't happened in a while. We need some Jason music. Also, we're going to have a new website coming up very soon with all kinds of new shit. If you've been noticing that iTunes is taking down some of our first episodes, that's not our fault. They only let us put up like 100 episodes, so they take them down. But eventually, we're going to have to take them all down when we go over to this new site. Now, we are doing a live show in Las Vegas, June 14th. June 14th, we will be at the Paris Casino. It's called the Empire Comedy. It's a Thursday night. That means you have all weekend. Get your tickets. You're going to be able to buy them on our website soon. We will tell you, but you will also have to get your plane flights and get the fuck to Las Vegas. That is going to be a big party. There's only 180 seats. These will go fast. So we are going to release them like quickly to our best fans and then to everyone else, because it will sell out, and we don't want our fans that have been so supportive to not be able to get them. Also, wanted to thank Emily Fiora, who did all the makeup for Farside and Jason for the Kevin and Bean April Foolishness. Want to thank Kevin and Bean and the whole crew at K-Rock for a great show, too. We had a great time. It was fucking awesome. New live shows that are coming up. Jim's going to be at the Tivoli in Brisbane on April 12th. April 13th, he's going to be at the Comics Lounge in Melbourne, and April 14th at the Factory in Sydney. I am going to be this weekend at the Cincinnati Funny Bone in Ohio. Yay! Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Suicide Monday. April 18th, I will be in Los Angeles. May 19th, I'm headlining the Hollywood Improv, and then May 7th to 13th, I'm in Las Vegas doing shows. Our guest, I don't know what the fuck you just told me. Can you play my podcast? Can you plug my podcast, Probably Science? Is that right? Is that a good plug? Yeah, Matt Kirshen, who's our guest tonight, has a podcast called Can You Play My Podcast? No, it's called Probably Science. Yes. If you're sending emails wondering where shit is, it's on its way. He's got a lot of fucking work to do. Nobody gets paid here. So just thank him when it shows up. Ray does a very good job. If you ask us questions like, oh, we've never seen the show, it's all over YouTube. Just go to YouTube and click in Jim and Eddie Talk Shit. You can find it. We're on there. And if you want to email us, email is jimandeddy@yahoo.com. That's jimandeddy@yahoo.com. And everything else is on the Facebook page. All right. So let's start the show with our guest, Matt Kirshen.
Two douchebags on a couch. One's an asshole, one's a grouch. And relentless, all their mouths. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie. Talk shit. Jim and Eddie.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Talkin' Shit.
Hey.
Hey, we're all here. We got a guest who's been here before.
Matt Kirshen, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I've never been described as a friend of the show before.
FOS, friend of the show.
How does it
Fots.
Everyone who's been on twice is a friend of the show.
You're a Fots.
That's how low your standard is. You need to be on just one time previously, and then you're a friend.
But
No, he went go-karting too. That's
yeah.
That's friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Yeah.
I'd count that more as friend of Jim. Like,
Jim doesn't have friends.
Yeah, but I'm half the show. So.
And then Jason's now AOP, Hour of Power. Everyone's here with the exception of the mute and Jesse.
What happened to Jesse?
I think Jesse's mad at me.
Why?
Apparently, Lauren said I yelled at him on the way
They got
home
into a CrossFit fight.
Lauren said I said to Lauren,
Were
Sunday,
you drunk?
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
Sunday morning, I go, "How we get home from the April Foolishness show?" And she goes, "Norman." And I go, "Who's Norman?" She goes, "He was the driver." And I go, "Nah, that's not how we." She goes, "Yeah." And I go, "She goes, you remember the mute came with us?" And I go, "Who remembers him?" And then she goes, "And Jesse was in the car, and you were yelling at him the whole way."
Did
Oh,
you
you
see
yelled at him the way there.
I did.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You're telling me the fucking story. I don't know.
Oh no, I yelled.
He
at him
was upset though.
I yelled at him on the way home.
He said something there, so you must have done something to him there.
Really?
No.
But I stand by what I yelled at him about.
see what CrossFit does to families?
Huh. Wait, something else happened. Should we just talk about April Fool? Kirshen was there, so we can talk about
April
it.
Foolishness was quite the. It was more fun backstage than it was at the actual gig.
Yeah.
The people in the actual room were having less fun than the people backstage.
Yeah, I got to thank you for your rider. It was
Yeah.
it's delicious. It was,
Yeah. And Eddie Izzard's rider was taken.
Yeah.
And,
What was it? I missed that bit.
well, I didn't get given 9 bottles of tequila.
I raided everyone's room. I kept going, who doesn't drink? They're like, Tim Minchin doesn't drink. And I'd go to his room. And then
Tim
they're
Minchin
like,
does drink.
oh, he drinks wine, though. So I
Okay.
went to his room, took his tequila. Then they're like, Jay Moore's sober. So I went to his room and took all his tequila.
I gotta say, don't you love sober comics? I really do. Like people are like, oh, it's so. I've heard people bitching about that. It's not like it was in the old days where everyone was drinking. It's bullshit. Like fuck that. I've got so many designated drivers and free alcohol from dressing rooms. It's great.
It is like it was in the beginning, just for the younger comics. But our generation, we're not like at the beginning anymore.
Yeah.
We used to be the young blokes who all got drunk and took drugs and all that sort of stuff, and now it's just a bit sad.
I see Jim backstage about an hour into the show. And I'm like standing around and
I wasn't hammered on stage.
What?
I wasn't hammered.
No. I
Oh.
saw you back.
Right.
Guilty conscience.
I wasn't. I was quite well behaved.
I didn't say anything about that.
No,
I ran into Jim about an hour into the show, and we're talking, and he said something about your dressing room, and I go, I have a dressing room? And he goes, yeah, it's back there. And I went back, it's locked shut. Everyone else is open. So, because I was like buying drinks. He goes, why are you buying drinks? I'm like, I don't know why not. And he goes, there's drinks in your dressing room. So I went back and it was locked, and then it kept getting locked. Like the door must have locked on its own because every time I'd go in, I'd lock it again. So then we took the party into Jim's room.
I just arrived late into my own party. When I first got there, I walked past Bob Saget's room and he came out. I think I already told you all this story individually, but the listeners haven't heard. And I was walking past, and Bob Saget came out into the hallway just to meet me, and he was very excited. He said he really liked my comedy. I was a bit like, it's Bob Saget. How exciting! And then in the corner was John Stamos was fucking jamming on the guitar. So it was Bob Saget and John Stamos, right? And John Stamos said to me, he goes, this is Jim Jeffries, said Bob Saget. And John Stamos went, I'm sorry, I haven't heard of you. Like politely, but still a rude sentence. And I said, I'm sorry, I haven't heard of you. And I went, you're so handsome. Was the only thing that was in my head. And I looked him right in the eye and I went, you really are that handsome. And
He is dreamy.
my girlfriend thought that Dr. Drew was very handsome when she met him. She goes, Stamos has got nothing on Dr. Drew.
I don't know what Dr. Drew looks like because I always think Dr. Phil, but they're not the same, are they?
No, they're not the same. No,
Well,
no.
we brought the Mong, or Jason and Farside dressed up, and they all day it took them. They painted them all day.
Yeah, that's not dressed up.
into tuxedos.
The thing was,
They dressed down and dressed up at the same time.
They felt, because we went through with it. They painted up in tuxedos, but after a while, the paint job was so good that you forgot you were talking to a fat guy in a G-string. Like I was just hanging out with the two of them, like, oh yeah, you fucking fat guy in a
In a
G-string.
tuxedo and a top hat.
A top hat, right?
I said they look like the 1%.
They did have a certain Mr. Peanut appeal.
It was amazing the confidence both of them had.
They had more confidence in a G-string than I've ever seen them have
with clothes on.
Yep. And every time you pass them, you collect a 200.
Because the thing was because every time a girl came by, the girls were like laughing and stuff, and so they were in talking to them like, oh, it's a fucking chick.
Yeah.
And there was one bit where Jason came up to me and said, "Are you ashamed of me, Jim, because of the way I'm dressed?" I go, "I'm no more ashamed of you now than I've ever been." Same level of ashamedness.
Well, there was one point where the show was like one of these shows where everybody keeps trying to top everyone, and I thought maybe I'll do something funny, like other than my act. I'll bring Jason and Farside in their tuxedos on stage. You did, because I was like, I'm gonna have them escort me out in their tuxedos on stage, and I run down to get them. I come out of the backstage. There was like security, like 4 different levels of security. You get backstage.
Bullshit security, by the way.
What's that?
My wristband doesn't get you backstage, but it does get you to the dressing rooms, and from the dressing rooms there's a door that goes to backstage that had no other security on. So like I got stopped at the backstage door, and then I just went, oh okay, and then walked just round for a minute. And
you were already backstage, and I had your wristband in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I had one for him.
Actually,
and he got in through the driving gate with a text message. He showed his phone. He goes,
that's the power of an English accent.
He goes, look, Eddie, text me.
Yeah, because I had a text from Eddie going, I've got your pass. And the guy there had like he had the list of the guest list on a sheet, and he was ruffling through it, and he was going, what's your name? I was like, Matt Kirshen, I'm on Eddie If's list. And he went through and went, oh yeah, Eddie If, yeah, you're on the list, and just waved me in as you.
So I got to tell this. So I come down off the backstage to come get Jason and Farside. And I come down and I go, hey, I go to Jim. I'm going to bring those. I'm going to have them walk me out on stage. And Jim looks at me and goes, don't do that. And I go, what?
And I was trying to make you feel bad about going out there saying you're going to die, you're going to die. But then I am your friend when it comes down to the bare taxes. He goes,
we'll get to that, by the way. he goes, don't do it. And I go, why not? It's going to be funny. He goes, because if it's not funny, then they're out there for 20 minutes with you. And I look at Brad Williams, the little person, and Brad goes, pink elephant. And that hit me right there. And I said, so I sprint. Wait,
what I
the
did
best
say
part.
to
Wait.
You'll have to do a routine about why you have 2 naked guys in tuxedos.
Which is true.
Yeah.
So you'll have to improvise a routine.
So it sunk in that was a bad idea. So I just sprinted away from them to the backstage area, knowing they won't get through security. So I just run back up to backstage where I'm about to go on, and all of a sudden I turn around and they're right behind me.
Yeah, they let us right through.
Yeah, of course they would, because you look like you own the place.
Yeah. You were gentry.
And they're looking at me and I go, no, you're not coming on. And Jason told me today, we almost ran on. Well,
there was a bit where I stopped them going on.
Somebody was encouraging us, though.
Not me.
Was it you, Matt?
I only heard about this after the fact.
To me,
I think it was Stamos.
You were next to me.
I'm serious, too. I think it was Stamos. He was hilarious.
You were next to me, and you went, I'm going to run behind, I'm going to streak behind him like this, right? And I went, don't do that.
You technically can't streak when your clothes are painted onto you. Like, if you wanted a streak, you'd need like an alcohol wash.
And then Jason said, why? And I went, because no one will laugh. It'll just be odd. Like they'll just go, that was, because no one will know from fucking row fucking Z triple time over, row at the back. They're not going to go, oh, that's a naked guy painted. It'd be like the first 4 rows would know, and everyone, you would have looked like you're in a suit.
Yep.
I remember
an ill-fitting suit.
I remember hearing a story, and I won't name the comic just in case it's bullshit, because I heard this second or third hand. But a friend of ours at the Reading Festival, and like the comedy stage at the Reading Festival, because it's a comedy stage, has a kind of like ramp, really, because it's a music festival stage, there's like a ramp leading up to it, and he had his bike backstage.
It had to be
Ben
Brandon.
Norris and I was there.
Oh. You was there, so it didn't happen.
Ben Norris, he did it. Yep. I was in the audience.
He rode his bicycle up?
Rode his motorbike, like a motorbike.
He had
a scooter.
He had a scooter, a moped, and he rode up like, and then sort of went, "Whew, I just got here in time," and everyone went. And then he sort of just parked his bike.
Just thinking it'll be like the big kind of rock star entrance on the bike, like straight on, and then just sort of having to wheel it to the side.
Yeah.
When you said to me, "Don't do it," because if it's not funny, then you got 20 minutes of it. I remembered there was this college NACA conference that I performed at, and it's one of the college kids from all over the country come and they watch you, and then they like buy you to come back and perform at their colleges.
It's one of the more degrading things you can do as a comic.
The most degrading. And there's they had a forklift backstage, and I thought, oh, this is funny. The keys were in it. What if somebody drives me out on the forklift, because I was hosting the show, and I'll come out and I'll host the show after being driven out on a forklift. And I don't know why I thought that was funny, but then I had to host the show as the guy that came out on the forklift. So every time I came back out, they're like, "Oh, this guy again."
Yeah.
And it was just the worst idea. And that's
Does
when
anyone need a lift?
and when I was about to bring these two on in tuxedos, I went, "Remember the forklift."
Yeah, well, they do that every year. Like often at these sort of big galas at comedy festivals where the host is normally someone famous, and even if it's a comic, they can't just let them do stand-up comedy, even though that's what they're good at. They'll make them do some kind of sketch or routine or big extravaganza, and they never work. They're always just this massive clunk break in the flow.
Not Larry King. Larry King does stand-up comedy now.
How was he? Because I got that. I missed his set.
He was all right, actually.
Really? What did he do?
No,
He-
he told a story.
No, it wasn't a bad story. But what he does, he had all the flaws that a new comic has, where he goes, "I'm not lying to you. This is 100% true," and too many details. Like it was a story. You think he would get up and tell stories about meeting celebrities and someone famous farting when they got
but
to
the
an
trouble is
ad
he
or
doesn't
something.
remember any of that shit.
But
Like, have you ever seen him interview someone? He doesn't remember it in the interview.
What he's remembering here is from when he was 7.
Yeah,
right. A story from when he was 7.
And the way he told the story,
Because that's all old people can remember.
But he told it like this. He goes like this.
he's
he goes,
told that story a
I was in
times.
class 4B. Now 4B, there was 1B, they were the A students. 2B were the B students. 3, so we were really DB, but we were 4B, right? And so you're like, we don't need to know. I was in the dumb class. Just say I was in the dumb class, right? And basically the story was that he had a couple of friends and they made up a kid who didn't exist, and then they collected for charity for this kid dying. All right. And then they went off and played pinball machines and bought candy and went to ball games, and we had a great time. And then they did all that. And then the principals call him into the office, and somehow this kid has been recorded into the ledger as being the first dead student. And the principal's like, "We've heard all the great things you've done." They thought they were going to be in trouble. And they made a memorial award for the most gifted student each year named after this kid. So that wasn't a bad story. But I basically just told the entire story in 20 seconds, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
It
right?
took him 20 minutes.
That was his whole set.
But he brought but he brought his trophy wife on stage,
Yeah.
which
Was she painted in a tuxedo?
Yeah.
she no,
She's
she
quite
did-
hot though for
Well,
how
she
old
is, and
for
she-
how old he is. Fucking hell.
How old would you say she is? She's about 50,
She looked about 45 maybe, but she was a nice looking broad, yeah.
and she weirdly had tuxedo paint all over her.
Yeah. I think John Stamos is looking for you. That's what he say things like that. And he still interviews sort of himself and has the suspenders on. It's just
Right.
everything you want from the guy. But
don't-
he'd be an amazing after dinner speaker, I think. But the audience, because he was first on, the bar was set very low, and they were like, "All right,
Yeah,
we
you
just
know
got to
what?
get through Larry King."
Yeah. It was like
We've seen it.
the bar was low. It was like the best man speech. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is good. This is
Yeah.
all right. Let's move on."
We're
Let's
just
get
parading
drunk."
past some acrobats on the way into the venue.
I was second last, and I ran out of material, so my brain went, "Do a pedophile joke," and I did a pedophile joke about how it's all right to fuck certain kids. I come off stage, and Bob Saget, the first thing he says to me, he goes, I've got 2 minutes on why you shouldn't fuck kids in my routine." Right? I go, "Is that all you could think of? 2 minutes on why you shouldn't?" you should be able to have hours on that. Really? Why you shouldn't?
I walked over at one point. John Stamos, Bob Saget, and Jay Moore were all having a conversation, and I wanted to talk to Jay Moore, and I walked into the conversation and then realized I just didn't belong. And I go, "Oh, is this one of those syndication conversation or syndication money conversations? Like they're talking about things I have
Yeah.
no idea about."
Well, the show got reviewed, and the reason why I know it got reviewed is because Jay Moore rang me up today to tell me that the show got reviewed, and we came out of it everyone came out of it well except for Izzard, who
Is
got
it in the OC Weekly?
That's what I've heard. I haven't read it.
I've read it because I'm arrogant enough to
You're a
have little Google-
subscriber
I've
to
got
the
a-
OC Weekly.
No, I've got a Google alert set up for my own name because that's what my ego does. And I mentioned in that article as spotted backstage.
Farside and I are in that magazine.
Oh, well, see,
as well.
I thought I was bringing
Yeah.
a big coup to the table. Jay Moore said, I was pretty upset because me and Eddie were mentioned in the same paragraph. That was what Jay Moore said about you.
Oh.
He was joking, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did I come out of it all right?
The whole article is probably about how Brad Williams stole the show.
Brad Williams did do
Beer
it.
Mug brought Eddie F to the stage, and a rowdy crowd was clearly feeling the effects of the $10 beers. Why were the beers $10? He started
Hey,
off.
what are the effects of the $10 beers? By that, do they mean the crowd was drunk or the crowd was irritated at having spent that much money?
Angry and broke, and a little bit drunk, which is the worst type of drunk. He started off by talking about his much younger girlfriend and how he had quit smoking and drinking. Have you?
Yeah. No. No.
Yeah.
Well, he was.
Well, he's probably talking about that.
It's a good review of you, Eddie.
It says witty thoughts.
It looked like your babies on planes, aborting them, taking the thing.
About
It says your sex drive is non-existent.
It said you had to be there. But let's remember, this is the Orange County Monthly. This is written by a girl who normally does articles about gardening.
Yeah.
There we go. Kevin and Beam are at the checkout. Jim Jeffries, rather dirty, and it was what the audience wanted and expected from him. Might I add, he did a phenomenal job of bringing it. Thanks to Michael Phelps. Blah blah blah. Okay, well, I came out of that well. And Eddie,
Overheard at the crowd. Let's read those.
Dressed up, dressed down.
See, there we go. There I am, just above that.
Brad was the best one.
Comics,
Oh
John
my God,
Heffron
he
and Matt
was fun.
Kirshen backstage. And Dr. Drew. Spotted John Stamos, Dr. Drew, John Heffron and Matt Kirshen. And the K-Rock
big
jokes.
tits
Are we reading some high school blog?
No, this is the OC.
The OC Weekly. This is
the
one of the
OC
biggest
Weekly.
blogs that are specific to the Orange County region.
This is the biggest weekly thing that happens in the OC.
It was a good gig though. They fucking took care of it. That's the way a gig should be done.
Yeah, you should work for charity and then fucking get hammered for free
And eat sliders.
and eat sliders. That we're getting a bit.
Jason.
The food was better last year though. I was
Jason,
there. The food was better last year.
How much food did you eat?
I probably had 4 taquitos, 5 or 6 sliders.
Oh, you must have been bursting out of that tux by the end of it.
But it was spread out over a long amount of
What your
drinking.
tux did? Was your tux starting to rip in the skin like you were like there were skin patches?
Did you get any loving from the girls, boys?
Yes.
Outside?
Wait, hold on. Turn your mic on.
Oh, the $100 a snog. Oh yeah. Do I owe money?
Wait, let me say this before
Did you get a
Farside
snog?
answers. Farside sat in the truck on the way there, and the way he sat, his fat rolls bunched up on each other, so that when he got up, his tuxedo, there were
My stomach was stuck to my legs.
He had some creases in his tux. He needed that fucking outfit dry cleaned.
It needed to
Really?
be steamed.
Looked like I started sweating it off.
Yeah.
That is lucky.
Go ahead. And yours,
He looked like a Siamese twin penguin.
I was here when the girl was painting him. And she ran out of paint. And so...
Dignity.
She was painting him, and she was running low on time. So Ray Roy started painting him. He would spray on. It was like a fucking airbrush, and he's spraying him. And at the end of the day, if you looked at him under light, you looked leopard-like.
The whole time I'm getting painted, Jason's like, I think I need to get touched up right here.
Jason's nipples looked like gorilla nipples.
And so what was it? Any loving from the girls?
No.
No snogs?
They were all really laughable and enjoying it, and then we brought up kissing, and they were like, no.
How did you bring up kissing?
Well,
I haven't asked a girl to kiss me. That's not my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what he
sometimes-
did. He brought it
sometimes
up.
with a girlfriend, you go, give me a kiss, right? But an actual girl that I've never kissed, I haven't asked a girl since I was a fucking teenager. You just go in. You got to find the moment and slip it in.
Yeah, you can't.
What did you say? How did you ask?
Well, no, the first time it was like,
How did you ask?
I didn't.
You said that there's money on
No,
the table.
Lilith jumped in the middle of an interview and
Somebody,
was
yeah.
like,
That voids
you know,
the
the
money.
guys.
That voids the money. I said it, every time they got to tongue kiss a girl, I give them $100 a tongue kiss.
I don't even know this was going on.
But you're not allowed to. I mentioned it to you on the podcast.
You think I remember what happens here?
Right.
Yeah, if I say it.
Anyway, so I told you that, and then I was going to give you $100, but you weren't allowed to bring up,
I didn't want to bring it up.
and then Elite did it.
I was trying to keep it a
She was cock blocking him even in the betting cycle.
I liked
elite.
how I told Brad Williams' sister off, not knowing that it was his sister.
Well, you wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, I told his sister
Were
off.
you just expecting like someone who looked like Brad Williams
Yes.
with longer hair?
Yeah, of course I was. Yeah,
I think
like
the
Jason's mum.
Snow White's family.
And so anyway, so I met her, and she was like, and like he introduced me to her, and I was chatting to her, and she seemed very nice, and she was there with a boyfriend, and then she started making a lot of dwarf jokes, and I got a little bit, hey, Brad's my friend, all right? I went, Brad's my friend, all right? Cut it out. Yeah, cut it out. She goes, I'm his sister. All right, go ahead then. Enjoy yourself.
Is she the older or younger sister?
She's the taller sister.
I remember my little sister used to think that. Like there was I remember just this penny drop moment where she thought that the older you get, the taller you are. And then I just went, so who's taller out of me and mum? And she like you just saw the kind of cogs turning and just big fuck.
So no numbers?
I got some numbers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's call one.
Okay. Wait, which one?
Who
Have
was
you
the
been-
hottest one?
Have you been contacting any of them since?
I texted one of them to try and get him to come over here afterwards. She said no.
Which one?
All right, I'll call her up and talk
Which one,
to her.
Farside?
Jason, why don't you go over and invite the hot neighbor over?
We have a hot neighbor.
What's her?
Yeah.
Kelly, Erica. What was her name?
It's either Kelly or Maria.
How would I do that? Just knock on her window?
Knock on her
Yeah,
window.
knock on a window. You're very approachable. Go knock on that hot girl's window.
Go knock on her window.
She's got big tits.
Yeah.
You do it.
You can compare
Do
tits.
it, Jim.
I already have a career.
She doesn't have black nipples like you do.
You need to make a statement.
A career of knocking on windows?
No, well, I have had that career, but not any longer.
Jason, you like her. As soon
She's
as-
a pretty girl, yeah.
When you met her the other day, you were looking at her with rape eyes like, this is a girl I'm going to ruin. Like you...
Matt Kirshen
Lily, you just got forgotten.
was hitting on a girl. How did that go?
She got very drunk.
he sent me a text and said, how did it go with the girl? And, and Matt sent me a text that went, well, it was going well. Then she got really drunk, and I'm neither a frat boy or an athlete where I'd feel good about having sex with her. So I got her number and sent her home. How dignified.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I'm
that's pretty much-
complimenting you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I don't think you did anything wrong.
I like those shoes, Jim.
Right? They're like slippers. I always wear
Yeah,
these.
those are badass.
Why?
Just because they're slip-on.
That makes really good podcasting, Jason.
They're just Vans. I'm wearing a pair of Vans.
I like them.
Any other observations about
No, I
anything in
just
the
really
room
like
that no
the-
one that's listening can see?
You're listening to the Jim's wearing nice shoes and Matt's not a date rape radio hour.
Why won't you go over and get her?
I'm shy.
Okay, let's ring one of these girls. We can edit all this out. Let's ring one of these girls. Hey, has there been any recourse since I made all the cancer jokes about Jason's mum?
No, we don't get the news till tomorrow.
Oh, that's sweet.
Look at that. She's wearing...
That's
With pierced nipples.
Is that Travis from Longville? Is that his girlfriend? Good for
oh
him.
my goodness.
Travis is one of our best fans. Travis from Longville. Fucking good work, Travis.
And that's her tits on her back. They're not bad tits, you know. She stands up, they're okay. But she's on her back laying down.
She's wearing a Jason Hour t-shirt, the Hour of Power t-shirt.
Pushed up.
It says talking shit across the top of her tits. Then it says with Jim Jeffries over one nipple and Eddie Ift under another nipple. Both nipples are pierced. Then she's got his Twitter address, which you guys should follow him. It's @T_from Longville.
And she's looking at our webpage on a computer covering her snatch.
Yeah. So good work, Travis. That's
No,
a fan. That's a fucking fan.
I'm not good at subtext, but I think that is a fan.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
I always miss signals.
I
but
would
that is
love to wank on that. Wouldn't you love to stand over the two of us and just fucking jizz on her? Just to top off the photo. Like you thought it couldn't get more Jim and Eddie? Like you thought you Jim and Eddie'd out here? Not quite, sweetheart.
And then take a dump.
No.
Why?
It's always there. Too far.
Not pleasant.
I've didn't. No.
Yeah,
So
not both of you
let's
together.
ring one of these girls. I'll ring her up. What's her name?
Is any way we can put it on the show?
I can put it on speakerphone.
Yeah.
The girl I want to ring up was the girl we met at the taco truck afterwards.
Put a mic up to her.
Oh, the girl you met at the taco truck afterwards. No, I wanted someone
Yeah, but
who knew who I was.
I
because
put
of the
that
show.
together for you guys.
Yeah, you hecked it out.
Yeah. When you play wingmen with them.
Did you stay out in the outfits and go to the townhouse like that?
Yeah.
No,
I didn't. I went
had
home.
my clothes on.
I didn't go out with these guys.
If
after.
you go and try to be wingmen with them, it's like being a parent and trying to put together a play date.
Yeah, because you know why? They're like fucking. It's like being a wing for an emu. You can never fly. It's just too heavy.
They go.
You're just a spindly little wing on a fat body.
No, you set it up. They talk to the girls, and then they go, "Okay, bye." And then you go, "Did you get their numbers?" And they go, "No." And I go, "Hold on." Call the girls back, and you go, do you guys want to come see our live show? We'd love to. Well, Farside, why don't you get their numbers, and you can invite them to the live show? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not confident.
I don't know what to do.
You came to a gig that I did at the Canyon Club on the Friday before that one. I had an incident where a woman, I was doing some not anti-American stuff. I was just doing American, you're a bunch of idiot type of material.
Oh,
right?
Same thing.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It wasn't really bad or anything like that. And this woman stood up, and what did she do, Farside?
She was yelling, "Fuck you, America, USA!"
And she tried to get the rest of the crowd going, USA, USA.
Her boyfriend
go
And
with her.
everyone's like, no. She's like a fat white chick who had a
Her
big
black
black
boyfriend is pushing her
boyfriend. It was just everything great about America right there. And USA. And I did that thing like I went, oh, it's the First Amendment, freedom of speech. And they all went, yeah, USA.
Hey, I've been reading a lot about England and the dude that went to jail for saying like the shit about the soccer player that was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
He Twittered because
I'm really uncomfortable about that story.
Stanhope wrote this long thing on his website about some woman that criticized him. It's really good. If you go to Doug Stanhope's website, you can read it all. But it all went back to this. But I just started reading about the story about the guy who he was criticizing, or there was a football player that was having a heart attack, and he made Twitter comments about the guy dying. And then people wrote to him calling him cruel, and he wrote racial comments.
Yeah.
And he's now serving time in prison.
Like, noticeable amount of time. I'm really fucking uncomfortable about that. The guy's an utter cunt. Like,
Yeah,
he's
I agree.
I
agree.
He deserves a kicking. But as far as
It makes me not want to go to England.
But for the law, like that, I don't know exactly what he wrote, because even the article that I read that actually listed his things was so censored that it was just like, it was just filling up.
But they got him under that.
I don't even know whether the stuff, because half the words were sort of blanked out. I don't know whether the thing that I constructed, my assumptions as to what the blanks were, was worse or better than like. You start being horrible in your own head.
I can assume it was worse.
Yeah.
But no matter how
Yeah, because
bad
I'm a better writer than him.
no matter how bad it is, still, it's just words, and it's like they got him for inciting racial hatred.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
bad.
Where like in America, we let the Ku Klux Klan march.
The problem
down
with
the
these
street
laws,
and say-
they're very black and white.
Jim, there's Asians too.
Not really.
Hey,
we don't see them.
Hey, Farside he's got the number of Miss Double D Cup December. You know how they do the Miss Double Ds and the woman's running around the banner?
I got her number too, Farside. That's funny.
Oh, everyone wants her
Text
number.
you yesterday?
Did she come to your cookout?
No, she's the girl that we invited back to my house for the party. And then she said, no, we're going to Brad Williams' party in the hotel.
Yeah.
And these guys were supposed to go, but Ray wouldn't take them.
Yeah.
Let me just say, Ray's not the person you think he is either.
No.
Let's just say that.
Why?
Well,
I thought he wasn't a rapist.
earlier in the day, he said he was at a leadership conference. And what did they tell you, Ray?
I work for an elected official.
Wait, hold on.
What's that package?
It was that I work for an elected official and I represent them 24/7.
And here he was spray painting a tuxedo on a naked man. And he goes, yep, I'm representing him right now. Well, Ray, let's just say Ray knows how to party.
I try.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? This is Jim Jeffries. I did the show the other night at the Gibson. I'm friends with the fat guy in the tuxedo. And we would love to have you on the show. Please call us back on this number. Thank you very much. She's not going to answer why she sees your number come up. She won't. But if I say something,
Have
she
you-
might
Have
ring
you
back.
texted her already?
Yeah, she didn't respond.
Yeah.
She texted me.
Shut up.
Actually.
Really?
She's,
Yeah.
she's quite hot, that girl.
Yeah, no, she texted me yesterday.
Big tits on her.
What did you offer her?
Double
I was
D's.
like,
if
I said, I'm
remember rightly.
having a
She's got an
barbecue.
award.
I'm having a barbecue. I said, this is the tuxedo guy. I'm having a barbecue. And she said, I'm going out with my mom and her friends. Thanks for the invitation. Happy Easter.
You ring her from his phone. so the pincher move.
I just, well,
Give me the phone.
here, hold on.
By the way, I went to Jason's barbecue. I walked down there. It was a sadness queue. It was just 8 people sitting around. I go, Jason, that's the waiting to die crowd. Everyone was just looking at each other like, how much longer do we? Everyone looked like Duke.
I
You're
was
so critical of his barbecue just because the soup kitchen sign got the people.
I don't have good signal in here, but here, you can call.
What did you make at your barbecue, Jason?
Carne asada.
What is that?
Marinated steak, Mexican style.
Oh,
It's good.
where did you have it on? Tortillas.
Yeah, corn tortillas, and I made salad.
So
and
you
we
made
had-
tacos.
And we had
You made tacos.
and we had salad.
Did you put them in the tortilla as well?
No,
You made salad.
not everybody had
You made salad
not-
and tacos.
Not everybody had.
There's
the
nothing wrong with
tortillas.
tacos. I fucking love tacos, but stop trying to dress it up like you're a fucking chef. You made tacos.
All right, take it easy, dude.
All right. While you're looking for that, can you give us an update on how the Devlin Hour is going?
Oh, it's going great.
Okay. When are we going to be expecting this?
I really have no idea. Okay.
All right, you ring her up. She's not gonna answer. Just ring her regularly.
It's ringing. So hello.
Hi, this is the big black guy that you met at the townhouse.
We're going to get in trouble with Kevin and Bean.
Why? Well, I've done this show 2 times in a row. I'm not doing the 3rd year. Fuck that. I'm out for a few years.
Hey, Joanna, this is Eddie Ift. I'm friends with the other fat guy in the tuxedo,
The more handsome one.
the one that claims to be more handsome.
Yeah, they're both fighting for your
Which means
attention.
the one with the bigger ego.
Who's that?
We were wondering if you could give us a call back on. You call us on his phone. Well, actually, pick the one you liked better and call that phone.
They won't answer. Me or Eddie will answer.
Yeah, and the fatties won't answer. We'll answer, and we'd love to have you come be a guest on our show. Thanks. Bye.
What did Dr. Drew say to you both?
We should save all that stuff because on our new website we're going to have all the footage. We filmed everything.
No, but
Yeah.
I would like their version of what happened without
Why
seeing.
did you have a talk with him or something?
I heard all I heard in the background was I was off in a corner talking to someone else, and all I heard was Dr. Drew go, "Oh, you're with Jim Jeffries, right?"
He was funny as hell, dude. Was he not funny?
He was hilarious.
Yeah, he was a lively one, dude. He was a good. He talked to us.
Didn't he call you fat?
Yeah, he called me fat. He talked more to me.
Did he tell you you had a food addiction?
No, but later on in the night, I passed him and I bumped into him and I said, "I'm sorry." And he goes, "I know you are." And I could tell it wasn't just about the bump; it was about my entire life.
He cares, man. He cares.
That's hilarious. I know you are.
Well, I must admit that you patted your groin out with a sock. I don't know how
No, you missed it. He put a cucumber in there earlier. And
But
Was that for size or freshness?
me and Psycho Mike poked it with our fingers. Like we just straight in, boom.
I poked it a bunch of times.
It was nothing. It was nothing offensive to poke. There's
nothing
Did
in
you
there.
tuck backwards or something?
Well, what happened was I got really
Can
nervous.
I see your penis?
Can we see your penis?
You don't want to see my
We
penis.
do
wanna
wanna see your penis.
It's not big.
Let's see. That's why we want to see
if
it.
Lalit turns around, can we have a look
Can
at
I
it?
warm it up a little bit?
No,
Sure.
you can't fluff
No,
it.
no, let him warm it up. Let him warm it up.
Let me warm it up a little
Because
bit.
look, we got to get what we can take, right?
Lalit,
if we say
will you
no,
warm
we
it
don't
up?
do it.
Will you fluff
No,
him?
just- I can do it on my own. I got my
Now,
computer here.
do you want Lalit to turn around, or you want?
Wait, you're gonna make an erection
I don't want to
first?
see an
Give a
erection.
shit. No, I want it. It takes it. It's not good.
Okay. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to get it into a stage
Look, his
that you're
pants
happy
are in
with.
his ass.
Starting now.
I don't know if I want to see this.
Starting now. He's turned.
Wait, so he's turned around.
The only
he's
reason
not
I'm doing
faced-
it, I saw Jim's dick. I feel it's only fair that he sees mine.
Yeah, right. That's the only reason you're doing it.
That
I'm
and I-
showing it to
Turn
him.
around and jerk it.
I'm a drinker.
He's got
No
his
camera.
He's got his hand down his pants and he's jerking
I'm
off.
like,
Far
no,
side-
I'm just shaking it.
Far
trying to
side-
get it to move.
This completes the equation.
We can put the camera up, but you got to blur out the penis if we put it onto the
So
thing.
when this
Fair's fair.
this whole show's done, like what fraternity have we just
Okay,
joined?
5 more seconds.
Are you serious?
Five,
Is it?
four,
It's not worth
three,
it. It's not worth it.
I'll give you another 20 seconds.
Is it weird that I'm hard?
Is it weird that I'm hard?
Another 20 seconds. Starting now.
I don't think I'll ever be hard again.
Dum 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 dum
I get better than it is right now. There's no way.
Then let's.
Bum, ba-dum, bum,
I don't know if I can look at it.
bum, bum. That's exactly 20 seconds, that song.
All right.
All right, Farside's about to show us his penis.
You're all testicle.
Yeah.
All balls. And the problem was the sock fell, so it was just more balls at the thing.
It looks like you have a top ball. Like there's 3 balls, and it's the
No,
top
it
ball,
looks
but
like
it's outside of the
like
sack.
your penis is stoned and chilling on a beanbag.
It looks like
That's
you're.
pretty accurate.
I'd have
right?
gone with the results of a thumb war.
It looks a little bit like an extra testicle that's on the top coming out.
It looks like you don't have a penis and your scrotum's got a wart.
It was that, but smaller in the tuxedo.
Anyone want to do any more? It looks likes.
I'll take 3 more
All right.
before I start getting
You
offended.
do have a giant nutsack, though.
Thank you.
No, in comparison, that's
I
a
guess
normal
what it was. It's all
nutsack.
relative.
That's a normal nutsack.
Yeah, because
Give me a look at it again.
most penises hang lower than the nutsack.
Shut up.
Your nutsack is like 3 times
right.
lower hanging than your penis.
Okay, you obviously weren't happy with how it was displayed just then.
Let's try it again.
Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to get it up to what you consider to be. It's like really. You go into a different room. Take your porn with you. Go in. Go. You can go into the kitchen.
I
Take
want to
your
go
porn
in the
with you.
kitchen.
I'm not going to get an erect.
What do you
Don't
want to go in
come
the
with
kitchen?
I want
me,
another
Jason.
margarita.
Yeah, that's going to help things. It's my margarita stuff. Did you steal this year? You stole all my gift bag.
What gift bag? I didn't get any gift
Eddie
bag.
took it.
All the alcohol was
Oh.
the gift bag. Last year I had sneakers and a fucking belt and a hat, which he took. Is that her? All right, go off and do it. Go off and get it done. You can look at the pinball machine if it helps.
I did a show the night before with Matt Kirshen at.
A little bit of porn, I go. Oh.
we did a show at called The Set List at where was it? The Nerdist Theater.
I've been asked to do this in Melbourne. I'm a bit nervous.
You
It's
should
awesome.
do it. It's a really fun show.
Well, I've already got 2 shows that night, so if I can fit it in, I will. But I've been asked
It's
to
a
do it.
really fun show. But Todd Glass was on the show.
Go make me one of those, Jason. Just one. Just one.
Todd Glass was on the show, and I was telling him about Farside, and he's like, "Really? You know they call him sensitive."
Did it turn him on?
really? Seriously?
I don't know. Just any man. I'm so childish. I'm sorry, Todd. That was
Well,
that was uncalled for.
While Farside's jerking off, can I read to you the bio he wrote about you?
So who wrote this?
Farside writes it. Matt Kirshen is a London-born comedian who's been
True.
named one of Punchline Magazine's comedians. Has been named
Just finish
one
that
of,
there. Why is he named one of Punchline Magazine's
He's
comedians?
been named one of Punchline Magazine's comedians in 2009.
You got one of the top 10 CDs or top 10 DVDs?
I did. It was CDs, and you were in this DVD list.
I was second on the DVD list, yes.
But really, what he's done lately, really, what has he done lately? Sure, he's been on Jimmy Fallon and Paul Provenza's Green Room, but really, who hasn't nowadays? Wow. He played in the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal over 4 times. Good for you.
That's not true.
What's next?
I've been there twice.
An open mic night at Flappers. He has a Comedy Central half hour
No, I haven't.
and been on some shows in the UK. So is Eddie Ift. So you're not...
All right, you ready?
Bring it out.
Farside's about... our next guest, Sarah, has just come in, and Farside's about to show his penis in its full glory. All right. You have to stay...
It's okay. It's even better.
No, it's time. It's time.
We can tell you're
You have
hard.
to turn around. He might get upset because there's a girl.
Just turn around. We're going to look at his cock. Oh, you can look at it. It'll get, if you want to see it, you can see it. He doesn't care. Let's see it.
It's not hard.
How hard is it?
Not at all.
All right, well, go back and get it ready. Go on. Fuck, we haven't got all day. The second guest showed up, for fuck's sake.
Be a man and get a boner around men.
See, this is the reason why I never joined your strip troupe. You are too hard to taskmaster.
I'm one of those heterosexual bullies that go, show me your penis.
You go out there and you get hard and you come the fuck back in. It's that
Now-
inspirational
now that
moment in the Hollywood
Now
film.
that I've
There's
got a glass and a
montage.
margarita, I feel a lot more. You know what else?
Are the margaritas good?
Yeah, they're tasty.
Oh, good. That bowl doesn't make fucking sense, though.
With the
just-
ketchup dispensing
Yeah, it's just
margarita
fucking
ball.
Stupid. Yeah.
Thanks for playing. Here's
But
a ball.
But the tequila's awesome. Now, I want to know about Lalit and your love affair with Dr. Drew and Psycho Mike. Did
Dr.
anything-
Drew's scared of Lalit.
Is he?
Dr. Drew, when Lalit saw Dr. Drew, she went, ah, like that. And he went, oh, fuck.
Psycho Mike told me I was a good looking dude.
Yeah, Psycho
he-
Mike,
no,
he plays at the
No,
angles.
he said, look.
He tells me all the time. He goes, "You're a really good-looking guy." Whenever I'm there,
He tells
he
me
tells
I'm a
me all the
good-looking
time,
guy.
"I'm a good-looking guy." That's his little thing because he's good-looking to get you
Can
on
I
track.
get a compliment?
To
You gotta
diffuse
take
you.
everything away.
No.
Psycho Mike Catherwood tells every man he's good-looking
Yeah, he does.
because he knows how good-looking he is. He told John Stamos he was ugly because it was the first time that he got into a situation where he felt threatened.
Lalit, did you and Psycho Mike have any 'cause
Chemistry?
yeah.
Not that I felt.
Nope. I
No.
was there. None.
No,
Yeah.
but you did gush when you saw him. It was like someone seeing the Beatles in '64.
Oh, no.
You did. You
Oh,
had a
yeah.
little scream.
Well, because I like
Yeah.
him. As a person, I
You
think
squeaked.
he's a great person. Did I? I do that when I'm
you went,
happy.
ah,
I
and you
squeaked.
ran over to Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
You
Dr.
dribbled
Drew I
all
love.
over him.
Yeah.
Who would you fuck? Dr. Drew or
All right,
or Psycho
everyone.
Mike?
There's a,
Wait,
there's a penis to be seen. There's a penis to be seen.
and it's hard. Ready?
Did you really go?
Bum, bum, bum.
Da-da-da-da.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Let's see.
All right, one. Now make it spring. Ah! He shaves the whole thing. Why? Why do you manicure something that no one wants to see anyway?
Oh.
That is.
That looked like a car crash.
Your penis is the penis equivalent of a bonsai tree.
You mean it teaches Daniel how to fight?
It looked like a ripple in the sand.
Ah, that was good. That was so good. You went and improved it, and it still doubled inside, and it was still bad. Have you got a good erect?
No,
No, you don't have a good erect.
I can't get. I can't.
Because I think
understand.
I think I have a shitty flaccid but a fair erect.
Was that the hardest jerk off you've ever done?
I didn't jerk off. I was just shaking it until it woke up.
Is that how you? You should never have a baby.
I don't think you can with that.
No, I now understand why Jason had difficulty.
Can you get that in a woman?
Yeah, I've done it. It's happened.
You have to use tools to push it in.
I
not easy.
assume you can't fuck another fatty though, because the cheeks would come out too much,
Yeah,
and then your stomach would push against the little.
That and I have standards.
Love that.
Oh,
Love that.
double
It's like
standards.
hypocritical, buddy.
Do you have to lift your flap
You're
up?
outside of your own standards.
But the things we've made Farside do, and this is the first time I see a little bit of the fucking chemicals
yeah,
around.
his chemicals are up. Farsight's chemicals are up.
Jason, don't get too excited.
I just showed my dick to 2
Wait.
girls and 8 men. What am I- How am I supposed to feel?
That's a good year for you.
That's
Scared?
okay. Lalit showed us her dick a million times.
Yeah.
Don't take your glasses off. That's even weirder
They're all
looking.
fogged up.
Put your glasses on, Phyllis.
What do you call him, Phyllis?
Because he looks like Phyllis from The Office.
Oh, she does. He does look like Phyllis from The Office.
Someone, Riley Trotter. Who did it? Who made the
Riley fucking Trotter.
Riley Trotter superimposed his picture, his face over Phyllis from The Office, and I showed it to Todd Glass, and Todd goes, "That's amazing how you got him to dress up like the woman in The Office."
Do you know that lady from The Office was a professional cheerleader?
No.
Google it. She was a professional cheerleader when she was younger. That just shows you can't get them too young because they can fuck you up. That's what they can turn into. Phyllis from The Office.
Still didn't finish. Lalit, would you fuck Dr. Drew or Psycho Mike? You take Dr. Drew over Psycho Mike.
When we were interviewing Dr. Drew,
It's because he's
Lily-
nice to his wife and he loves his wife. Chicks love that shit, man. Yeah, he's never cheats on his wife. He's always there. And like when he introduced his wife to me, "Oh, Jim, this is my wife," thing, and I went, "Oh, I've heard so much about you." And she feels included in the conversations and all that. Oh, geez, he's such a nice guy.
Yep.
He would be a compassionate lover. I think he would have the ability
Really, but you like to be
choke.
you like to be
and
slapped around.
Kiss.
Dr. Drew would never choke.
Yeah, he would.
Never.
He would if I asked him to.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he's a psychiatrist.
You
or
don't have any
psychologist.
sex anyway.
He'd
like-
5150 your ass.
What's that
We'd
mean?
go in together.
Lock him up. Lock her up.
72-hour hold.
I would love to find out Dr. Drew's got a dungeon like Fritzl from Austria,
He's
and he's
probably
like
the
keeping a
biggest
family
freak.
down there.
I gotta say, I've never met a counselor or a psychiatrist or psychologist who wasn't fucked up themselves.
And
Like,
that
I've
wasn't
never
good
kn-
in bed.
Yeah, I've never known a therapist who doesn't need therapy.
Is that why you became a therapist? Did you start reading to figure out what was
Lily
wrong with
needs
you?
therapy.
It inadvertently happened.
Like, so you
I
started,
wanted to figure out what was wrong with my family.
and then you found out
It was me.
Do you think okay, Lily, can I ask you something? In all honesty, because we all have our opinions of you, and I like you. I think you're a nice enough person from many angles.
Thank you.
Do you consider yourself to be a mentally sound individual? Do you think that you're completely sane and completely rational?
Not completely, but for what I've been through and where I'm at, I think I've done pretty well.
Yeah, everyone's been through shit. We've all had shit happen.
I'm good. I think I'm good.
Everyone's,
I have empathy.
Everyone's been
If I
touched.
did-
Everyone's
yeah.
had a father that said
Yeah.
something stupid. Everyone's
Yeah.
had a bit of shame in their life. Everyone's gone through something. It's how you handle it. So you've had some shitty things. We know
Yeah.
about those, but we can't. You're an adult now, and it's over. So
It's not over, actually.
Well, yeah, that's not over. I know, yeah, brother. Okay, fine. But now, but do you consider yourself to be? But you're not attached anymore. You're a grown woman. You don't have to. Your family can't bother you all minutes of the day, whether you let them or not. Do you think that you're a sane person and not a cock tease?
Yeah.
You're wrong. You're wrong, Lily. You're wrong. You're
I managed to get my master's in 3,000 hours of therapy, so
no,
I'm doing something right.
No, my God, Farside looks like Phyllis.
Denial.
It's outrageous.
Oh my God.
How close it is.
You have to repost that on the Facebook page. If you go to our Facebook page, look at how much Farside looks like Phyllis.
The thing is, it's not just the face; it's the body type. It's the motherly.
The hands.
The hands. Everything's
That's
just
just my face. The rest is her.
no.
Farside, don't lie. We bought you that sweater. We taught you how to knit.
Oh, God.
You almost have the same glasses as her.
I can't believe I've just seen Phyllis from The Office's balls.
Yeah. You even look like the ugly version of her from the British. It doesn't exist.
I just got a text from Rich Voss saying top 25 impressive. And I said, and what? He said podcast on iTunes. We're top 25.
In impressive. Is that a category?
Why did Rich? You and Rich Voss chat a lot?
No.
That seems very odd. I like Rich Voss, but he never sent me a text to congratulate me on a podcast.
No.
There you go. So you think you're normal? You think there's nothing mentally askew?
I think I'm normal in all departments except when it comes to men. I will give you that.
And what do you think's wrong with you when it comes to men?
Detachment,
Shut-
denial,
Don't.
trauma.
Detachment.
Detachment, denial, and trauma.
And what does that mean?
It means all those three things.
That's a triple alliteration.
I don't know what any of those words mean in that context.
I don't like getting close to men. I'm in denial if they like me or they don't like me. And trauma is just a trauma.
Lilith, Lilith, I mean
Where
this.
are
I mean,
we?
I mean
25.
I mean this in the nicest way. I really, truly.
Do we all know why we're 25 this week?
No fucking
Because
idea.
I was on Rogan this week.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But I heard you.
watching that
But
on
I
Ustream.
heard somebody said you didn't plug our podcast till 11 minutes left in the show.
When am I meant to do it? At the end?
No, and most people listen in the beginning.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It still works.
What kind of helps?
So yeah,
We still went up to 25.
we're here with Jim Jeffries. Got a podcast.
Yeah.
And hi Joe.
Yeah, am I meant to mention all the way through? I meant to go, good question, Joe. I remember when I was doing my podcast.
Okay, well, you're the one that always bitches that we're low down on the
I
level.
thought I plugged it rather well. We did get up to 25.
Yeah.
Stats are stats.
What's our record? What's the highest we've been? 8th?
We got 6 at one stage.
When I went on Rogan
And
and
that
went,
was
I'm
with-
Eddie Ift. I got a podcast.
And that was with cheating. That was without cheating.
That was without you.
So, Lily, I wanted to say this, and I mean this in the nicest way, and you're going to take it wrong. You really are.
You look like a man.
No, I never thought you were
I'd fuck
crazy.
your face like a man.
I never thought you were crazy, ever. I really thought you were just like all these guys that hit on you, you just didn't want anything to do with them. Like, and that was it. So you kind of teased them and that was it.
I do think you tease boys too, man.
But not
Not intentionally.
But I've realized you're kind of frigid.
I am.
Like it's actually a problem.
Yeah, don't take offense to that when you said that to him. Eddie meant that
I'm
in the nicest way, frigid.
I say this with respect, but it might as well be sewn up.
Yeah.
And I say that as a friend.
Just pour some men in it.
Don't take this the wrong way, Lily, but if you got raped, you're probably asking for it.
Well, that's a given.
So just don't take it the wrong way.
All right. Oh,
Frigid.
man.
You are frigid.
I
Yeah.
am stiff. But it'll be good for
Where does
someone
the term
one day.
frigid come from?
I
It's
don't
like
know.
they've put it on ice? Like they've fridged it?
Yeah, I guess like they're cold.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ice
it is.
queen.
Is that,
Yeah.
That's probably where it's
That's my detachment.
You're cold as ice.
But I don't blame you. Like if I were you, I wouldn't fuck Jason. Like
No, but there's other guys who are interested.
Yeah.
Our friend Neil
Ned.
Brennan.
Ned,
Yeah.
Have you fucked Neil Brennan?
No.
have you fucked Ned?
Has Neil Brennan
No.
has Neil Brennan bought you drinks?
He gave me one drink.
One drink.
At a
One
con-
drink.
I don't really.
At a
Only
comedy
one
club where it
drink?
was free.
Yeah.
And a dinner.
Kick some of that Chappelle
Dinner.
money.
And a dinner. You took her
Neil?
to dinner and drinks.
How many times is he taking you to dinner?
Twice.
Twice. 2 dinners. You have to have sex with him or you have to stop seeing him. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. This is the society we live in.
Apparently you did.
Otherwise, you're letting him on. You can't get, you can buy him the next dinner and then you don't have to have sex with him. Because that means you're friends. Because if you're not having sex with him, he's
So
your
the
friend.
whole relationship is based on who pays for dinner.
Yep.
No,
it's
no,
all
no,
about
no.
money. The whole fucking system.
No,
That's where
the
the-
thing is,
that's where it goes?
you can't let him keep buying you dinner if you're never going to fuck him.
I didn't. Here's the thing. The second time we went out, I thought just that, Jim, and I was like, I'm gonna pay, so he won't think
you'll
I'm
pay.
gonna fuck him. So I went to pay, and then he was very funny, and he grabbed my hand. He's like,
You know what? If you
blowjob.
you know what? If he
no,
was
he's
very,
like, he grabbed my hand, he stopped me. He's like, listen, I'm rich. And then he like pushed my hand
that's
away.
some would
It
call
was
it
very
arrogant, but
funny.
it turned out it was
It was
very funny.
arrogant. It was
funny.
very arrogant, but it was also very funny. And
So you know what you should
Neil
do? You know what you should do to
No.
funny guys? You know what you should do to funny guys? Fuck them.
fuck what?
Women love funny guys, right?
Yeah, I
You
do.
said he was really funny, and he bought you dinner, and he was funny, and you liked his company. Why wouldn't you have sex with
I
him?
just don't understand why you just won't fuck somebody. It's just get it.
Why
out.
wouldn't you have sex with him? I'm not being mean.
Yeah.
But you like the guy. He bought you 2 dinners.
Yeah.
And you think he's funny, and you think he's rich, and he's a good
Does-
guy. Why would you not fuck him?
Does it have anything to do with us that you just don't want us talking about it?
I don't want to mix my vegetables and meat.
Neither does
Wait a
Far- neither
Lily,
does
the
Farsad,
kosher
but
cock
Look at his
tease.
pants.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that your vagina is a vegetable? I think that's probably why it
is
doesn't work.
vegetating, yeah.
It's probably on some
No,
type of
if
fucking
I fuck
Upwork
one
program.
comic, it's like fucking all comics.
Because
No,
we'll all
that's not
talk
true.
about it.
And also
Yeah.
because your
True.
vagina can only
Well,
communicate by
I
blinking.
think I'm starting.
Yeah.
I'm
Your,
start-
your vagina works on a factory line of denial.
I'm starting to think we're giving you a complex because Jason told me the other night when I told him to go like talk to some girl. He goes, "You know this shit of you guys fucking with my head about girls." He goes, "You've done this." He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, he
Before us, he was fat, so
that's what he-
yeah, yeah,
That's what he
that's-
told me. He goes, "I used to be really good with women,"
Sure.
and he goes, "You guys have ruined it."
Sure. Your wife was good with women too.
Nope.
story.
His
just
wife
texting.
was a lesbian, so it all, that's how it all ended.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing from him.
But I'm willing to go on the dates on the price line or whatever it's called.
You're gonna go on the hooker dates.
What's your price.com? Hey, I figure why not?
I-
I can make money for all of us.
Has that happened yet? Because
No.
when I saw you at the go-karting, they just put you up on the website.
Yeah.
Oh no, she has bids.
I have bids.
Yeah, she's accepted them.
The problem is
And
her
she's not
email
gone
is
out with them.
Momcast.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Jason
make some
actually
money.
Paid someone to go on.
I didn't
date.
pay
I'm
anybody.
still
Jim
owed
paid.
$160 for that, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, the show paid for that date.
It's a great side gig.
And nobody enjoyed it.
Oh, send a wink to that girl. Oh.
Was that? Wait, go back.
Okay, who's this? Who's this 43-year-old San Diego girl? Who is he?
We don't want to San
Was that
Diego
Mike
guy.
White?
No, but I want to read what they write. Okay, we have the guy. We have the guy who looks like the bloke who killed the woman who was the producer on the Beatles albums. He's the one we got to set up. You go on this one.
Phil
No,
Spector?
the one below. Rob
Yeah,
18.
Phil Spector. too.
Phil Spector.
We
Who's
want
we going?
Lilith going out with Phil Spector, and I hope he does
I-
what Phil Spector did.
I need one of you with me on that.
No, you're on
fucking
your
way.
own.
Oh, come on.
Can we blow up the picture of Phil Spector for our next guest so that she can see?
Can we also put Phil Spector on our Facebook page?
Sure.
Yeah, put his picture on Facebook. No, we're gonna get arrested.
No, I don't think that's a good.
Yeah,
move.
Phil's got some money.
There he is.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna sue us.
Yeah.
He looks
Pretty woman.
Wow.
Walking down the
wearing-
street. Pretty woman.
He's wearing Ray-Bans from Risky Business. He's got curly hair, kind of like.
He's got a gap in his teeth like a young Madonna.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
someone's
you can see
taking the
Sarah,
picture of him.
Sarah's just noticed
I said
the
that.
reflection of the photographer there.
It's a professional photo.
Yeah, and
And someone's just gone, look up like it's your original
And he's
hair.
wearing a maroon mock turtleneck.
and he looks like a really successful like skin graft
He
story.
he makes 400,000 a year. He's got 5 million in the bank. That's
And
what he
he-
reckons. He's got $1 to $5 million in the bank.
And he's a
All right,
former.
set this up. Let's
and
set
he's
it
a
up right
former
now.
burn victim.
Can we set it up?
No such thing as
is there
a
phone
former.
number?
Who's this former burn victim?
I know.
There's just burn victims?
Yep. Here's why I'm
I
a
haven't
former
done
burn
it yet.
victim. My time travel machine is temperamental.
I shouldn't have teleported with a fire.
yeah.
Give him my phone number.
No,
yes.
Give him our
yes.
phone number.
No,
What's who's?
We'll arrange
yeah,
it.
give him Eddie's number.
Yeah, and just say I'm Lilith's pimp. You want to fuck my bitch? Say you want to fuck my bitch.
He wants to pay 300 to go out with you.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah.
No, when do you want to go out?
Shit.
Plus dinner. He has to spend dinner on you 5 times.
When do you
until
want to go out? I live in Venice. I hang out on the patch.
So you're never going to sexually be free, are you, Lee? You're a very good-looking girl.
Thank
Strikingly good-looking at times.
Thank you.
Far side.
Like when I
if
mean
find
striking,
a guy
I mean
can trust. I'll
Far side.
fuck him forever.
Write
or
something like,
forever
just give-
till
give-
it
no,
lasts.
you got mental problems.
Give her address and
know.
Jason. What's the
You
code?
do,
to
you
break
do.
I
in?
know. I stopped
I-
going to
I've-
therapy. I should go
I've-
back.
Oh, you can just put down the
I
little
fancied
bar
you for a
above
long
the
time, but you got mental
thing.
problems when it comes to sex.
Describe
little
that.
bit.
Put it in. We'll just let's
Yeah, there's
facilitate
a-
a rape.
It's
You can give mine.
No, and Matt, do you want to stay for the next one? So we have two guests for the thing?
I can stay for a bit.
You just looked
I
at your
need-
arm.
I've
You
got-
gave that motion of like, I have other things.
No, I've got a gig at 10:30.
Where?
You did.
Public house.
You did what Elite does at the
Is
end of
that
a date.
JC Coakley's
Yes.
gig? You really want to go do that? There's going to be more people in this room than there are at Public House.
Hey, I heard you killed it on Kilborn the other night. I had a friend that was at the show.
All right, it was Ferguson, but thanks.
Or whatever. They both have the first name Craig.
They do indeed.
I have problems. For me, that's good.
That's nice to know, though. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard you were very good on Maury Povich.
Yeah. They both have a show,
It was,
but you were good.
I hear you're very good on that blonde lady that people either love or hate that used to be a lawyer. What's her name?
I heard you're good on Earth. It's a planet. There's other planets like it, but it's a planet.
I was in the ballpark.
I was It was actually Alf Confidential, which is the show that goes on after Alf to discuss it.
I did that once for the Celebrity
All right.
Apprentice in Britain.
All right, so
I wrote very briefly on the one that Brendan did for Survivor.
Oh,
Like, or whatever the fuck the British version was called. It was like Celebrity Survivor, and it was in the UK. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here.
I did it.
Our friend Brendan Burns did the show after that, and I was me and Paul Byrne were his writer, and we got sacked in 2 episodes.
I know.
Hey,
I did it once for Big Brother, and I hadn't seen any of it. I'd been up at Edinburgh, so I just went into the studio to talk about Big Brother and went, "Who does everyone hate? Who does everyone like? And the person they hate, what's annoying about them? They talk too much. Got it. I'm on."
Yeah. What we do is we phone Sarah Morgan and go. But this one, I got into this shit with the production staff because we lost one of our celebrity guests that Brendan was meant to be interviewing, and there was a shit replacement.
Brendan wasn't a good host.
No, I can't remember. I can't remember who the replacement was, but the guest booker, we had to write questions for him. The guest booker comes in and goes like, "So, who here needs to know about this guy?" And I just went, "The general public." And she just went off on me for about 10 minutes, and the next day we were gone.
Fired for being witty.
Brendan's now touring with what's his name, Foley, who's Mankind from the
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
How did I know it'd be a wrestler?
He's touring with Mick Foley. They're doing Montreal and everything. And Brendan has a lot of ideas that you might be doing big venues, but they are doing like weekends at Caroline's and stuff. Him and Mick Foley, it's happening. He stalked a wrestler until he became his comedy partner. It's an awesome story.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be happier for him. He set himself a dream and he fucking went for it. I'm going to meet this wrestler. And then now the two of them have picnics and shit. And this is how Brendan tells it. Oh, you were there with me the other day.
And like
Where'd you guys see him?
He came and saw my house.
he was in LA for a couple of days. But yeah, we're all. Brendan has finally landed his dream job.
Just through stalking. He asked to meet the guy and then just went, fucking.
You know, Eddie, that means don't give up, man.
You can start touring with Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
I couldn't even remember his name the other day.
He means nothing to you now.
Let's thank Emily Fiora, who did spray painted these two.
How much? But we paid for it.
We did pay her, but she did a
Right.
very good job. She worked really hard. Took all fucking day to paint them.
Yep.
Yeah, but she made some cash.
Was it worth it? Did you guys have a good time?
I had a
Had a
good time.
blast.
Was
Yeah,
it like prom? Did you finally have a date?
Yeah. It was nice.
All right. Well, I think that's enough.
Good night, Australia.
Talking.